Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to ARC's weekly Fireside Chat. Today we have some fire for you, Black Girl Magic, and we're highlighting the stories and successes of Black women during Black History Month, but this is something that we should celebrate every single day of the year. Today is going to be a bit unique because I will actually be handing over the reins of the show to our guest host, who is Jennifer Perkins. And it is my pleasure to introduce Jennifer, who is the Community Relations Director at Oasis Church in Los Angeles and an amazing partner to ARC. Last week, we highlighted some of our staff members for Black History Month. And this week, we want to give a platform over to our incredible women that will be, and I will be handing this over to Jennifer. So Jennifer, with that said, I'm gonna give it to you, take it away, and I'm gonna step back and let Black Girl Magic happen.
Thank you so much, Sam. Wow. It's truly an honor to be guest hosting this Fireside Chat this week. So thank you, ARC team, for the invitation and the opportunity. I'm so excited to hear from these phenomenal Black women. And let me just introduce who we will be hearing from today. We have Journey Presley with us. She is a part of community health worker at Good Seed and Reentry Social Enterprises at Alma Farms. We have Raven McDowell, who is an ARC member. We have Shone, known as Shone Robinson, who is an ARC life coach. And Shone today actually picked up one community member, Kamiko Hebert, who is recently home from CIW. Welcome home, Kamiko. That is so
Thank
big.
you.
We're so glad to have you here with us today. So we're gonna, yes. So we're gonna get started with some introductions. I will just say for myself, I am a huge supporter of ARC. I love the incredible work that ARC does for its community. And thank you for welcoming me into your family. I truly feel a part of your family. And I'm so glad I get to partner through my church, Oasis Church, Los Angeles, but also as an individual volunteer. All right, so we're gonna do some introductions and I'll just call on each woman. And if you can introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about yourself and the work you're doing with your organization, that'd be great. So Journey, let's start with you.
Of course. Hi, everyone. How you guys doing? Thank you for allowing me to have this platform today to tell you guys a little bit about the work that I do. My primary job, I'm a community health worker with Ascent Whole Person Care. And what I do is I provide supportive services for returning citizens. I once myself was a returning citizen, so I know the support that we do need. So I try to do my best. And also I'm over the Reentry Social Enterprises at Alma's Backyard Farm. I know that's a lot, but basically what I do is I introduce entities and individuals to our farm and farm stand and let them know, what we have going on in the community. We're in Compton, California, and hopefully you guys can come out and visit with us.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Journey. Raven, let's throw it to you.
Hello, I'm Raven McDowell, and I'm an ARC member. I'm currently in school to become an addictions counselor, and I'm currently work with Salvation Army and Project Roomkey. This services and giving back and finding placement for the unfortunate. Thank you.
Wow. Very cool. Thank you, Raven. Shone, how about you?
Hey, I am Shone Robinson. I am a life coach at ARC Sacramento, and I am a life coach that works with formerly incarcerated and incarcerated population by giving them the resources and tools they will need in order to succeed out here. So that means giving them the resources and mentorship in any way that they need, and just helping and guiding them through this thing called life. I mean, because it can be difficult out here.
Yes. And Kamiko, introduce yourself. Welcome home once again. You're getting a lot of love in the comment section, welcoming you home. If you say a few words.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Kamiko Hebert. I spent 17 years on a 15-to-life sentence. I just got out of quarantine, and I'm really just enjoying and taking in everything that's around me right now. And I appreciate this opportunity to sit with you wonderful ladies.
We're so glad to have you here with us. Seriously, welcome home.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Okay, so let's dive in a little deeper into our program. I'm going to start with Journey. I would love to hear more about your work at Alma Backyard Farm. So why is it so important? Share that with us.
Well, one of the reasons why it's so important to share the information with Alma's Backyard Farm is healthy living is something, healthy eating is something that we're lacking in our disenfranchised communities. And so we were able to, we found some land there, it was abandoned 15, 20 years, and we seen good use of it, and we created the farm, and we grow all organic food. We have a farm stand as well the last Sunday of every month. But due to the pandemic, we no longer have the farm stand. So what we decided to do at Alma's Backyard Farm is we still know that there's a need out there in the community. So what we do is every other Sunday, we fill up 250 bags, and we give our fruits and produce away to the community. Also, there's also fresh prepared food in there as well. So that's what we feel that there's a need for in the community, and get more community people involved.
That is an absolute need, especially in our underserved areas where there are food deserts and there's no access to healthy food. So what you're doing is very important. So thank you for sharing about that. And then I also like to ask you, I know you're a gardener. So what do you love about gardening?
Oh my gosh, first of all, I love the outdoors, right?
Yes.
So, and one thing, it's amazing thing about planting a seed. My motto at the farm and a lot of places is I planted so many bad seeds in life. It's time to plant good seeds and watch them flourish and be productive. So that's what I love about planting and gardening.
Wow, I love that. That's so inspiring. Thank you. Shone, how about you? Can you tell us more about how freedom has been for you, and what do you love most about working for others?
Oh my God. Freedom has been so wonderful to me. I love working for ARC because I can give back to my community that I was once a part of. And it's just so amazing. Like today, I was able to pick up my friend. This has been my friend, Kamiko, for over 10 years. I think we've been friends for like 14 years that I can remember. And so I'm able now to jump in my car and just go pick her up and just enjoy her first moments out in the free world. It has been very, very difficult for me, but at the same time, it has been rewarding because I have been able to do what I thought I wasn't able to do. You know what I mean? I didn't believe that I would be able to be a part of my community. I thought I would be able to go back into the institutions and just go visit people. I didn't think that I would be able to actually go into the institutions and go be there and support my folks. So I'm just so grateful for that.
Yeah. Wow. That's so wonderful. And then too, ARC has the Ride Home program, which is incredible. I love that this is your friend Kamiko. So of course this is a personal pickup for you, but I just love that is an intentional service that they offer and provide for anyone getting released. So I just wanted to highlight that for our viewers. And then also, Shone, what do our women in prison and jails need most at this time?
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, they need adequate health care. That's for sure. And also to know that when they get out, they're gonna be housed in a healthy environment that is solely for women and their needs. Because there are a lot of programs out here that don't support women and their needs out here. And so I am right now working on that right now. So I'm just hoping that it comes to life. Everybody pray for me because I'm really working hard to try to get us something out here because our women need to be looked after.
Yes.
After such a long time. So
okay. Yes, and then Kamiko too. Definitely want to include your voice in this. Anything you want to share with everyone watching? We know you just got released today. Welcome home. I'm gonna leave it to you to just share what's on your heart to share right now.
What I believe is one of the most important things women in prison really need is the mental and emotional support. ARC, I love the way that they have the pen pal program. That's extremely helpful. It can be really stressful in there, especially being locked down now so much in the cell. A lot of us are now being housed alone, especially, in some of the units at CIW. and they'll only want to let you out for a shower for like 10 minutes. There's a lot of women who don't have any family or anything. So the program that ARC is offering as far as having a pen pal, maybe if there's even more people who are willing to reach out for such a thing, because there's a lot of people having like breakdowns, feeling totally alone, thinking they can't make it in there. And just an encouraging word or card or a little note is very helpful, even if it's through the kiosk.
That's very good to know. Thank you for sharing that, Kamiko.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right. Well, let's hear from Raven. Raven, I'd like to ask you, what are some of your personal goals for the future?
Well, like I'm going to school for like a drug counselor, but like I want to have my hands in everything, like human trafficking, mental health, reunification with families. I want to go back and I want to go into the women's prison. Like I want to explore. Like I want to be a part of my community. Like so I can just because I came from the struggle and I just want to be there to help and just be a part of it.
That's wonderful. And another question for you, Raven. What are some of the reasons you want to serve your community?
Because I grew up out here and it wasn't really a lot of opportunities and I went down. I want to give other young women the opportunity I never have and just be there for people. Give them the support and love that they need and try to be a mentor.
Yes, that's really good. All right, ladies. Well, I would like to ask all of you, what brings you joy? If you can share a bit about that, especially after all that you've been through and where you are today, if you can share a bit about what brings you joy, I think that would be great to hear. So, Journey, let's throw it back to you for that.
All right. Most definitely. The number one thing that brings me joy is being with all 5 of my grandchildren and able to be here with them. I was separated from them for a little while, and now I'm back. I won't leave them again. And another part of my joy is being of service to the community, being able to just embrace them and be a part of the community, serving them. It's amazing at the farm, being able to watch the smiles on the family faces when they come to pick up their grocery kits, because everyone's included. We have things for the children. We have activities for the children. We have we have plants. We have tutorials on how to start your own gardening. So yeah, it's just being a service to my community.
I can sense your joy just as you share what brings you joy. It's awesome. Shone, what about you?
I think the greatest joy to me is just giving back to the women up in the inside, because for real, like I said, I never thought that this would even be possible after doing 22 years. I never thought that this would be possible to be in a position where I can actually help and advocate for the folks on the inside. And so that is the greatest reward to me. And also being able to walk in my house and close my door and lock out the whole world.
Okay. Totally. Kamiko, what about you?
Well, there's a few things. One thing that brings me joy is I pray a lot. So for me, the Lord has brought me through this time. So that brings me a lot of joy, being able to pray and read my Bible. I also have my family and my friends that they all came together, have been extremely supportive of me, very uplifting, encouraging, and it's just been like wonderful the whole time. And as far as just being around, one of the greatest joys was to be able to get up and to take a shower in water that did not dry out my skin. Whenever I felt like it, drinking just clean water, sleeping in a nice bed. So this whole experience of being in a quarantine and right now, it's like amazing. Just to even sit in a car and not have cuffs on after 17 years is like very joyful. I'm very thankful. It's like amazing still to me.
Kamiko, that's so important that you paint that picture for us, because that's restoration of dignity right there. And it's so important to humanity. So thank you for just enlightening us on, the joy that you're experiencing just from those things, as being released and being able to experience freedom. All right, ladies, another question for you guys. What has been your proudest moment of the past few years? Journey, you go first.
Wow, there's been so many accomplishments and the
Okay,
proudest
share them.
and some of the proudest moments. I'll tell you guys about. I don't know if you guys know, but I'll give you a little history. I started volunteering at Alma's Backyard Farm, and one of the proudest moments was when they asked me, "Will I come and work for them?" That was amazing. Also, a promotion after promotion. With Alma before the pre-pandemic, I was also asked if I would teach the children. So there's a curriculum at St. Albert's the Great school, and it's from farm to tabletop. Mm-hmm. So I was very, very excited about doing those things. And one more thing, in September of this year, I was able to have all 5 of my grandchildren together by myself. And wow. So that was amazing. Wow. It was an amazing thing. Yes.
I love that you said too, that you started out volunteering at Alma Farms. I think that's such a great thing to highlight. Even for me, I was volunteering at my church. I had never planned to work for a church. And just because I was doing what I love, serving the community, the opportunity opened up for me to work for my church. So I just wanted to highlight volunteering is such a beautiful thing, and it can lead you to what you're passionate about.
Absolutely.
Thank you for sharing, Journey. How about you, Shone? Sean, what's your proudest moment from the past few years?
Oh, the proudest moment is somebody picked me out of everybody and decided they wanted to marry me. I mean, little old me. So I have been in this world by myself for all those years I did. And then out here, I've been by myself, and somebody seen worth in me and decided they wanted to make me their wife. And I thought that was the proudest moment of my life, just to walk down the aisle and be able to share the abundance of love that I have within myself with someone else.
Wow, that is so beautiful, Sean.
Thank you.
You are beautiful. All of you ladies are, inside and out. Seriously, I'm so inspired by hearing from all of you. Kamiko, do you want to share a bit anything with this topic specifically?
For me was when I'm like so excited right now. I haven't been able to express this, so please forgive me.
Oh, you're fine. You're so fine.
One of my proudest moments is that today I could speak my truth. I know that I have worth and value, that no matter if you don't like me, it's okay, because I love me. And I couldn't say that before. So over the past 3-4 years, I really fell in love with me. And I'm really proud of who I am becoming each and every day. I'm not scared to express how I feel. I'm not afraid to be around people and being concerned if they like me or not, because the people who like me, and those who don't, it's okay too. We all have our own choices. And I'm just so grateful that I'm here today to where I can not personalize things and I can love people because I love me.
Yeah. Wow. I appreciate your honesty and vulnerability in this moment. And I think it's important for us to hear that. And you do have value and worth. And we're just so glad, seriously, your presence and your voice right now is such a blessing to all of us. So just thank you so much for opening up and being willing to just share a bit about, where you are right now and what you're experiencing. And then too, what freedom means to you right now. You have any thoughts that you want to share with us about that?
Oh, sometimes it makes me laugh because freedom means bills. And it means that I'm for the first time, I'm grateful because my baby is 19. So I'm going to be able to take care of me for the first time and get on my feet all by myself without having to look to anyone for anything once I get past a certain stage. I'm not too prideful grateful to ask for help when I need it. I'm not ashamed anymore to let you know, hey, I need a little help here. So I'm like open to whatever it is, because this is new to me. I don't know what kind of things are going to trigger me and what are not. So I'm so grateful to have women that can help me through such a thing. So freedom is just like continuously being open-minded, open-hearted, and being willing to, learn something new each and every day. Because I know this is like so new that I'm like grateful for the guidance and the help that everyone's willing to give.
Powerful. Thank you, Kamiko. I want to make sure to include Raven for the question. What has been your proudest moment of the past few years?
My proudest moment is I get to be a mother to my son. Like wholeheartedly. Like I get to learn with him. He gets to teach me things, and it's just a wonderful experience that I never had. So, and I went back to school because I had stopped going. I had dropped out of school, and I'm back in school, finishing my education. So I'm very grateful of that. Like I'm so proud of myself because I never thought like I would finish school. I never thought I'd continue, and I see my life just in a whole different place that I never could have imagined. I never thought like I would be here. Like I'm here with wonderful women that I get to learn from, that I get to reach out to, and I don't feel alone anymore. So I'm just very grateful that I'm here today. Thank you.
Very good. Yes. What's so powerful about ARC, what I really love about it is that this organization provides community. I think about the times years prior when there weren't organizations like ARC, and people would be released from prison and didn't know where to go or didn't have resources to access. And I guess just personally, I just would love to hear from each of you. If you could share a bit about what having community has meant for you, whether it been with your family or just your ARC family. We would love to hear you share a bit about that. So Journey, if you would like to start.
Yes, I would definitely like to share about the ARC community. I've been a member for 3 years now, and I've formed so many relationships, sisterhood, brotherhoods, family. That's what they are to me. I've experienced things that I probably would have never experienced by the help of ARC. Even with me working at the farm, it was because of ARC. I was in the construction cohort boot camp, and this is where we did our volunteering service at. And so I am grateful that we have them, that we have the support. We can, our voice doesn't go unheard. Being able to be on the policy team of ARC, I've been in Sacramento, I've spoken Sacramento. So I'm just growing and learning, and this is my community. This is what I want all you guys to know. I'm part of it, and I love my community.
Yes, I love your community too. Shone, what about you?
Oh man, ARC has been with me my whole entire time out. When I first got out, I went to a PAC meeting, and so I was a part of ARC ever since. And they have helped me every step of the way. I got my first job through ARC. I got my second job through ARC. And here I am now an employee at ARC. So ARC has been my family wholeheartedly. Like my family lives way in LA, you know what I mean? And they haven't really been a part of my life like that. And so ARC and my church has been my family the whole entire way. So I'm just so blessed to have this community that cares and loves me as really, I mean, they love me like blood. And so I'm just so grateful for this community. Just thank you. Just thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Kamiko, what about you? Share about your community as well.
My community, oh, I love them. My community was very supportive. The women that I happened to encounter being at CIW, they were wonderful women also. A lot of, so I'll say basically like the other ladies is family. It's like just one big loving family that is there for us when we're our ups and our downs. ARC for me has helped me a lot due to the fact, like I was telling you before, we're locked in so much. So the pen pal and being able to write and get a response, sometimes out of the blue, I would get like a little card or something. So it just really, the community is really, really wonderful. Support the prison as well as what ARC has done to help me make it through, especially this last year.
Yes, that's so good to hear. Thank you. Raven, tell us about your community as well.
ARC is my community. It's like a family. Like I came to a place, and like it's so different because like I've been in a lot of programs in a lot of places, and like I didn't grow. Like I was just like, I really didn't know who I was. And then when I got to ARC, like I started growing as a person, like as a woman, and I started to find out who I am. And I was like, I really felt not alone. Like I had people that would like support me, like real family, like it was like a whole different feeling that I never had. Like, and then I was taught things like how to communicate properly. Like I was taught about my rights and things that I didn't know. Like I came to a place, from a place to a place. Yeah. And then I'm surrounded by people who are like me. So I don't feel different. Like we are all here. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's very understanding. Like I'm so grateful.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Raven. Kamiko, I would like to ask you a question. I know with the pandemic that prisons have been hit hard with all that's been going on with that, with you just being released today. Can you tell us a bit about, and I'm sure you have friends, that are still in there now, but how has the community there been affected by the pandemic from what you experienced?
Well, as far as us, we spend a lot of time in the cell. So we get fed in the cell, everything. We're separated we just stay in our unit when we are allowed, not in quarantine. We're only allowed in our unit. We have low rec fields, so it can be a struggle sometimes. Especially for me, because I'm such a social person. So it got extremely hard sometimes, having to be confined so much away from others, especially when we're not even any positive cases. So that to me is one of the big things that a lot of women seem to have a problem with. Like we're in those cells so much.
Yeah.
It can get really difficult.
Yeah, I imagined that. That's actually why I thought of that question just now. As I'm hearing everyone share about community, I was thinking about the isolation of, the pandemic has forced all of us to be in, but obviously it's a different level in prison. And I was just curious to know, how that was affecting the women in prison.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that. Yeah. So ladies, one thing I do want to ask all of you as well, what is the message you want to give to people? And I want to use two different groups. I would love to hear your message for women inside of prison and jails, but what is the message you want the people viewing this to know? And whatever that may be, I'm gonna leave that open for you, but think about it from women in prison and jails, but then also everyone else that's watching this and that are supporters or advocates or just wanting to learn more about this space. What would you share as your message to those two groups? Journey, let's go with you again.
What I'd like to share, especially for the women who's still, behind bars, or stay positive, stay hopeful, stay encouraged. Definitely stay encouraged. Things are changing, and they're changing rapidly, and we're out here for you. The support that they need when they get home, we're going to be here for you, to embrace you and pay back forward the way I was embraced when I came home, all the supportive services that was here for us. And overall, to just women in general, we have to, and we must stick together. You all, this fight it's a fight. That's what it seems like it is, but it's a winning battle that we will achieve as long as we stay cohesive, and the unity and continue supporting one another.
Thank you for sharing that journey. Yes. Shone, how about you?
Hey, I second that. I'm agreeing with Journey on that. Our women are, we need to be united. We need to stand together through everything, because we all we got, for real. Nobody is gonna go hard in the paint like we do. We've been there, we done that. You know what I mean? And we are the voices that we are the voices that we want to see. How do you say that? We are the voices that we want to see.
Yeah.
And so, as far as our women on the inside, I want them to know that they have a community out here that is really going hard in the paint for them. Like, really, we really go hard. We go to that Capitol and we tell it all. You know what I mean? We tell it all. And so I want these people to know that, hey, we are out here and it's not easy. Believe that. It is not easy. But hey, we do it and we get it done. And we want them to know that, hey, it ain't going to stop. It ain't going to stop.
Very good. Yes, Kamiko, you as well. What would you like to share for women in prison and jails, but then also to this community that's watching right now?
To the women in prison and jails, I just would like to share to never give up. Just each and every day, do something good for you to start believing in you. And we're going to make it through this. If I can make it, you can make it too. It's all possible. Just don't give up on you.
Yeah.
For the community, just continue to pray for the women in prison. Any support that you're willing to give for them, just reach out and do it, because they will really appreciate it and they really can use it.
Yes. Thank you, Kamiko. Raven, how about you?
Yeah, I love what you ladies said, and I also wanted to add, like, don't give up, and we are here for you guys, and we are fighting for you guys, with you guys, and it is not easy, but we are here, and I'm praying for everybody and their families. Thank you.
Yes, I'll be praying for you ladies as well. I just want to make mention to our audience, if you have any question for these women, feel free to put them in the comments. We are monitoring that. We want to give you an opportunity to ask a question as well. And we will also ask another question to our panel. So what would you wish someone had told you about what reentry would look like? Raven, let's have you answer that.
Okay, what do I wish someone had told me? I wish somebody would have told me the truth. I wish somebody would have told me there's programs out there for me, instead of just throwing me in places and telling me I have to do this, and they not telling me it's support here. You can reach out to them. It's an open community, or just pointing me in the right directions, instead of just throwing me in jail and give me a paper, or even removing my kid. You know what I'm saying? Or sending me to an inpatient or outpatient. And actually help me and do the work. You know what I'm saying? Just throw me, instead of just throwing me away.
Wow. Yes. Shone, what about you? What do you wish someone had told you about, what reentry would look like?
Come back to me on that.
Okay.
Come back to me.
Yeah, for sure. I'll come back to you and Kamiko. Journey, what about you?
Well, I wish they would have told me. Definitely, it does take dedication, and you have to make it want to work in order for it to work, because it is out there. You may have to go through a couple organizations or something like that to find your fit, but your match is out there. I found ARC, as you guys can see. So.
Yes. Okay, that's very good.
Okay.
Shone, you have something for that now?
Yeah. I just thought about it. Yeah. So I wish somebody would have told me that, as she said, like, all programs are not a match. I went to a program that was not suited for a woman that had done so much time. And so people didn't know what to do with me. I wish somebody would have sat me down and been like, hey, look, this is what you need to do. Like, I didn't have any guidance or any support with that. But when ARC came along, I mean, they helped me and guide me through that. But the programs are not designed for women or in their needs, period. I mean, and that's for long-termers. They don't have any of those type of programs out here in Sacramento. And so I wish somebody would have told me, hey, you know, you got to sort out to other programs in order to get this help, because you're not going to get it in this transitional program.
Wow, that's very good to know. Yeah, very good. Okay. I want to make sure there was a question in the chat that I want to ask for Kamiko. We have someone that had asked, what are you currently in need of, from Shanique Williams? She wanted to know, what are you currently in need of?
I'm not like totally sure. Besides the support that I'm getting right now, I'll be honest, that's something I really have to think about, because as far as my like actual everyday needs of, that I need personally, they are like my friends and family, and ARC is making sure that's possible. So all I could say is probably in need of just continual support and prayer as of right now. So, I don't know.
Okay.
That's all I could really think of, because everyone else around me at this moment, I feel very blessed. They're helping me as much as I can with all of the personal needs that I need.
Okay. And that's great that you have that. Absolutely. And anyone else that's interested in helping, I just would advise you to reach out to ARC. I find that's the best way, because they will know how to, best get those needs covered for their members. So if you're interested in supporting in whatever that looks like, financially, volunteering, just reach out to them and they can give you some guidance on that. We have another question from the audience. How can we help women re-enter society? What do women re-entering society need the most? Does anyone feel led to share that? I'll keep that open. I won't say a name. Go ahead.
I think that is adequate housing. Being able to meet the needs of the men and women. We need that out here. I mean, because these programs are designed for people that done short time. So we need programs that are specifically for people that has done a lengthy amount of time. Because with these short-term programs, it is not meeting each and every need that these people need to succeed out here. Like, people need to know how to use the internet, learn how to use these many devices that they come out with every day. I mean, learning the new technology and just learning how to, just navigate out here. Some people get out here and don't even know how to go and use a self-checkout. Yeah. Those types of things. These things are really needed. And so, because people are really, really frustrated and they wanted to go backwards just to avoid all that.
Yeah. That's really good. I can definitely say, even with that housing, that's across the board. Even this community, homeless community, housing is a real need. And you're absolutely right what you just shared, Sean. Anyone else want to speak to that? Any thing that they can say that women re-entering into society they would need the most?
Sean really touched bases on everything. So yeah, that's about our needs.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, that's great. And then even with you, Kamiko, and you have housing set up for you right now?
I'm going to a program also.
Okay, very good. Yes. I love that. Awesome, ladies. It's so great hearing from all of you. I hope our audience is inspired, and I hope that you get involved. That's what I would say. And, if you're here watching and listening, I hope this moves your heart to see how you can actually be a part of some of the solutions and support that these women would need as they're re-entering and coming home. So please don't let it just end here. Go a step further and see how can you get involved. All right. So one other question for you ladies. We've heard the term Black girl magic, right? We all claim to be that as Black women. What does that term mean for you, Black girl magic? Let's start with Raven.
Okay, so Black girl magic means to me like being Black and beautiful, and just doing what I do, being me. I'm not Sorry about that. But like being a wonderful person and just being in my community doing what we do, you know, and bringing the Black community together too, because it's a lot going on out here in this world. And we have to be together and continue to share the love and support that we need for each other. And also with Journey as well, she has a little group that I'm involved in with her. If you want to speak on that, but
Okay. Well, Journey, you go next then.
That Black girl magic, wow, that's powerful. It's deep. And to me, it's being a natural healer. We all go through things. We all been through some things, though. But we all have to support one another. The perseverance, the struggle that we achieved and overcame. Fixing our crown. Supporting.
Yes.
And I'm gonna touch a little bit about what Raven was talking about. So back when the George Floyd thing happened, it was a lot of controversy, around it, and a lot of us women, the Black women didn't feel like that we were being supported. It wasn't like we needed this extra support, especially us that are mothers of Black boys, Black men, Black whatever, Black kids, So we created a group. It's for formerly incarcerated women. You guys can hit me up a little bit later about it. But yeah, it's for formerly incarcerated Black women. We support one another. Everything is positive in our group. Affirmations, prayers. Supporting of one another. If you have something going on, let us know. We put it in our group, and we show up and we show out. So I would like, if anyone need any support, any of the sisters out there needed any support, extra support, and like to be involved, hit me up, and yeah, we can go from there. That's the Black girl magic.
I love that. Thank you. Shone, what about you?
Oh, Black girl magic means to me, we are resilient folks. We are persistent. We go hard in the paint. We stand tall through it all. We persevere. Oh, we got it all. We got it all. And from the beginning of time, we were the last one standing. Yeah. We did it all. And so I believe that, man, we're going to be here for life, forever. So when everybody else dead and gone, we still going to be here.
Come on. Yes. Kamiko, you want to speak to that too, Black Girl Magic?
When everyone was speaking right now, believe it or not, a song came in my head, and it was Whitney Houston, Didn't Know My Own Strength. And I believe that speaks to a lot. It may speak to a lot of women. I know it does me. And it's like with the community, also, it helps. Like Black Girl Magic is like a community, and we didn't even know our own strength. We're learning it. Other people are learning it, and it's amazing.
Absolutely. I agree with what everything has been said about Black Girl Magic. All right, ladies, I am excited to introduce another phenomenal woman into this group. We have with us April Grayson. We would like to welcome her to Fireside Chat. She is the statewide coordinator at Young Women's Freedom Center and Represent Justice Ambassador. April, welcome to the chat.
Hi, thank you. I'd like to correct something really fast.
Yes.
I'm a policy associate for the Young Women's Freedom Center. I have shifted positions. So.
Well, congrats on that. That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, April. Well, let me ask you a few questions then. Since you have been home, you have been serving your community. Can you tell us more about the work in service of others that you're doing?
So I've been home for 5 years after serving a 17-year sentence in Central Valley prisons. And upon my release, I started off doing case management work at a human trafficking organization, helping ladies who are currently and who were formerly in the lifestyle, providing them with housing and just showing them how to maintain and how to lead the life and be okay with their decision and not to be peer pressured while providing financial assistance. From there, I went to ARC, became ARC life coach in the community, helping other formerly and currently incarcerated women acclimate and navigate this very colonized system. And then now I was the Young Women's Freedom Center statewide coordinator for the Sister Word Coalition comprised of formerly and currently incarcerated women with who are in different hubs throughout the state of California, 14 chapters, mobilizing and building power in our communities as we advance policy that is geared to and for us as marginalized communities, people of color, and now the policy associate working on powerful legislation such as AB 124, which is a law that will, if passed, will bring justice to survivors of human trafficking and partner violence. I'm sorry, I'm struggling with my words today. So a lot of justice to people who have been criminalized and then criminalized by the system.
Yes.
Wow, that's powerful stuff, girl. And what are some of the initiatives that Young Women's Freedom Center is championing?
So one is AB 124. Assemblymember Kumlager is the actual author of the bill. And like I said, my personal story is I'm a survivor of trafficking and violence. And I served 17 years with no advocate or no assistance. And so the hope is to make it to where people who have suffered severe violence by the hands of people as well as the state would be able to come up for resentencing under 1170D, as well as we're also working on some pre-sentencing so that the system is able to identify people who have survived crimes and not criminalize them. So we're trying to do some front end and back end legislation.
Wow, that is so good. Mm-hmm. Another question for you, April. What has been your proudest moment of the past few years?
Man, there's been so many, but I'm going to be really shallow right now. So for those of y'all who know, I ride a Harley Davidson. Actually, Shone was with me last night when I dropped it off to the mechanic to get some upgrades. And I am upgrading the baddest Road King, loud music, loud pipes, fully like all the wheels and all the bells and the whistles. And, you know, that's one of my proudest accomplishments. Thanks to Represent Justice and the wonderful provision and honorariums that they provide their people, I was able to purchase a Harley Davidson and I had the pink slip.
What? That is so cool, girl. Congratulations.
Don't be shallow right now.
Oh, I love that. No.
April.
That's fun. And that's the thing too. Make sure you guys are having fun too. Yeah. You know, life is so serious in and of itself. And yeah, I love that. That's something that you're passionate about and it's a fun thing and good for you. Anybody else have any fun hobbies that they are into? Now I'm curious.
I'm along with April. I ride as well. I'm not badass yet like she is. I mean, she went straight to the thing, but according to the doctors, I may not even be able to ride anymore, but I'm okay with it. Ride for me, April.
I got you, Wes, sister. I got you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I have a final question to ask all of you ladies. And it was great hearing April share a bit about policy, but I think that just sparks, does everyone have any like specific policies that they're passionate about that they would like to share? And anyone that would like to go first, we'll just have you go first.
I'm pausing because I could talk about policy all day long. So I would like to give the other panelists a chance, but if not, I have some things that I can discuss that
You can go, April, because you just came and they've been on here sharing a lot of their life. So you go for it.
So right now I was a part of the first cohort of the Black Policy Institute. Alicia Garza, who a lot of people know, did a national cohort to build Black power within the communities, because as we know, we are the most marginalized, we are the colonized, and our voices have never been present. And so really grateful for that experience as we use BFL as a conduit to push AB 124. But one of the things that I'm most interested in, that I am working on, is creating oversight over the prison system, because CDCR, as we know, has no governing agency. And the governing agency actually, as these hearings have come forth, have been the agencies who haven't been able to protect us either when federal government put people in charge as receiverships over us. And so I'm really interested in working on, and currently working on, putting oversight over the women's prison and hopefully all of CDCR so that we can have adequate medical and there's an adequate reporting system so that people who say there's been some discrepancies with violations that have been caused by the authority or the officers, they get somebody who is not connected to CDCR to actually look into these accounts and hold people accountable. Because I've been held accountable for everything ever in life. And I think that nobody is above the law and everybody should be held accountable. And as far as the OIG reports are constantly saying that there's inadequate medical care. Well, how do we get adequate medical care? We create it for ourselves. And so Louisiana, which I'm patterning this after, has a task force where they put a board of peers of people to sit and run the oversight in Louisiana. And my hope is that we have our community members and our people that sit on these boards and they're holding these systems accountable, because it is the taxpayers' money that are funding these systems. So why shouldn't we have a say in how these systems are run?
Very good, April. Oh, yes. All of that. Look, can we snap?
Yes. And also, hopefully it gets back on the ballot again. Prop 25, that's the end cash bail. So.
Yes. And to that point, thank you for sharing that journey. If there's any laws that you wish to see passed that are not currently in law right now, and you want to share about that, whether it affects like juvenile justice or ending LWOP, anybody, ending cash bails, there's a slew of things.
Yeah, there's a slew.
There's legislation that just came forward too for LWOPs to be able to under the felony murder rule apply to get their sentence reduced. And I don't have all the language in front of me, but I've read it and it's actual factual. I sent it into the prison just about 2 or 3 days ago, but they can apply under the felony murder rule and they can ask for resentencing as well. And as far as Prop 25, there is a coalition for right now, Journey, that is working on ending cash bail and how do we put systems in place that people do not have to be incarcerated as they fight their cases, and how do we eliminate a predatory system. So there's something currently in the works for that as well.
I love hearing these updates. Thank you so much, April, for all these policy insights. Does anyone else have anything else they want to share? Any laws they want to see passed that they're passionate about? Want to share anything about that? Okay. That's all right too. All right, ladies. Well, let's just do some closing thoughts. We'll take some time for each of you to just share a bit of your thoughts to our audience that you want to share. So let's have April. Let's have you go first.
I just want to say thank you for everybody's time. I appreciate them allowing me to join late. And what I want to share is we're the ones we have been waiting for. Until everybody's voice is present, then change will never occur, because we know that this is a colonized system that we are trying to undo. And so I'm really grateful to share a space with such powerful women who have overcome such adversity to be the advocates that they need for the people who still need advocates. Mm-hmm. And so, like for me personally, when I show up as me, as my own advocate. And in that, I'm able to advocate for, like, California is home to the world's largest women's prison. So I'm able to advocate for all the women who are incarcerated, transgender people who are incarcerated, who people seem to overlook. So just know we are fighting for you guys inside. We love you. And until everybody's free, I'm not free.
Yes, yes. Thank you, April. Journey, you want to go next?
Yes, absolutely. I like to say for us as women, we have to stay in solidarity, togetherness. As one, we can fight this fight and we can overcome it and we can win. And all things is possible through God. So we got to stay prayed up.
Amen to that, sister. Yes. Raven, you have any closing thoughts?
Yes, I just want to say thank you, and thank you guys for the support. And I'm thankful to be here with you ladies, because I'm going to continue to fight. And we are all here together. And thank you.
Yes, thank you. Shone?
Thank you for this platform that we will continue to fight for our folks because it is really, truly, truly needed. And for our Black women that keep hope alive, that we are still out here fighting for you. And we are constantly thinking of you, and we are looking forward to the new laws that are coming up, and that we want you to know that we are out here, like I said, fighting. We're going really, really hard in the pay for our women.
Yes.
Because women are always on the back burner. We're always on the back burner. And we want our folks to know that we are here and we no longer want to be behind. We want to be in the front.
That's right. Kamiko, what about you? You have any closing thoughts for the audience?
I thank you all for allowing me to be here. I'm very grateful. And just never give up. Like, just even when it seems hard and you think you can't make it, still hold on. Never give up. God is good and you can do it. We're strong. We've made it through all this, and together we will continue to make it through this. Don't ever think you have to do this alone, because you don't. You know, there's always people there to help, support, guide, and even hold your hand if that's what you're in need of. So just never give up on you.
Yes. Thank you all so much. This has been just truly an honor to have this conversation with all of you ladies. So thank you for having me. Thank you for sharing your voice and your thoughts. It is definitely heard and you are seen. Know that you are valued. I'm praying for all of you. You're in my prayers, and I'm just glad to be alongside you all in this organization and to continue the great work that's being done. So thank you so much. And thank you to our audience members who has participated in this. Thank you so much for tuning in and your comments. We are just so glad that you are engaged and wanting to hear from these incredible women today. So I'm going to turn this back over to Sam.
Hey, good afternoon. What a powerful conversation from some powerful, incredible women. I salute you. I stand with you. I stand by you. Let's continue to march forward. Let's continue to help our sisters that are in the carceral system and that are coming home. This was amazing. So I'm sitting here. I don't know. I was cheering y'all on. I don't know if y'all saw me in the chat, but wanted to share. Kamiko, my mom always told me, and right now she's very sick. My mom always used to say, "No matter what, keep on keeping on." And so you just said something similar to that. And I just want you to know, like, that's the echo of many Black women. We got to keep on keeping on. I stand with my sisters. I salute you. I want to thank you all for joining. Thank you for the work that you're putting in for our community. And thank you for just being you, for being both more than enough, always. And so, again, I don't have a hat on, so I tip my hat to you and know that I appreciate and support each and every one of you. With that said, next week, we will be unveiling our state legislative priorities for 2021, and you'll get to hear from our amazing advocacy team. So same time next week. Until then, take care, stay safe, and God bless.